loving you is wrong, I don't want to be right. If being right means living without you, I'd rather live wrong than right. In the 1970s, Luther Ingram's If Loving You Is Wrong, I Don't Want to Be Right was played on radio stations all over America. Growing up, I heard that song many times, but I never understood what it meant until it happened to me. Madam Contest Master, fellow Toastmasters, honored guests, and good-looking judges. It started off with a smile. Before I knew it, I was deeply in love. It felt intoxicating. It felt rejuvenating. It also felt very, very wrong. I knew it was just a matter of time before my wife found out. My wife, Marley, is a petite Caribbean beauty, full of Latin fire and passion, which is good and bad. That afternoon, when Marley came home early from work, it was really, really bad. The next morning, we were in the counselor's office. Dr. Goldstein said, Mrs. Featherson, boys will be boys. Millions of others do it. My wife didn't like Dr. Goldstein's advice. The next morning, we were in a different counselor's office. The second counselor, Dr. Garcia, was a woman. Dr. Garcia said, Mrs. Featherson, why not join in and make it a shared experience? Millions of others do it. My wife really didn't like Dr. Garcia's advice. After that, we stopped seeing counselors and she decided to take matters into her own hands. My wife said, Clarence, if you won't stop, at least for the sake of the children, be discreet. Yeah. Oh, sorry. Now, I'm very discreet. I wait until late at night when everyone is asleep. Then I take my car keys and I tiptoe out of the house. A few minutes later, I give in to temptation and lovingly reach out for the latest issue of the National Enquirer. Go ahead and laugh. I'm used to it. My wife doesn't understand why, after 4 years of college and 3 years of law school, I read the National Enquirer. OMG! Hello? She must not have gotten the memo. That's why I subscribe to it. There's my name right there on the label. But I'm not alone. Millions of others do it. Go on and laugh, but I know some of you have been tempted to look at the National Enquirer. If you have, please raise your hand and say, inquiring minds. Thank you. A few of you were honest. But I can see in everyone else's eyes, you've also been tempted to look at the National Enquirer. You're just too ashamed and embarrassed to admit it. Well, I'm not. And I have 3 great reasons why everyone should read the National Enquirer. Reason number 1, the National Enquirer is fun to read. It tells you who's been naughty and who's been nice. The National Enquirer tells you everything about anything that doesn't matter to anyone. Reason number 2, the National Enquirer raises your IQ and makes you smarter. When you read the National Enquirer, you laugh. When you laugh, more oxygen goes to your brain. When more oxygen goes to your brain, it makes your brain cells healthier. Healthier brain cells raise your IQ. That means people who read the National Enquirer are smarter than people who don't. It's true. I read it last week in the National Enquirer. Reason number 3. The National Enquirer gives you all the dirty, delicious, and scandals and gossip first. Who was it that first told you about Arnold Schwarzenegger's love child? Say it with me. Who was it? Enquirer. And who was it that first told you about Tiger Woods' non-golfing problems? The National Enquirer. And who was it that first told you about Michael Jackson buying the Elephant Man skeleton and, ew, God knows doing what with it? Who was it? The National Enquirer. Fellow Toastmasters and honored guests, I hope I've convinced some of you with inquiring minds to give in to temptation and read the National Enquirer. Millions of others do it. If I haven't, and like my wife sitting back there in the back, you're still laughing at me, I don't care, because I'm in love. And all I can say about my love affair with the National Enquirer is, if loving you is wrong, I don't want to be right. If being right means living without you, I'd rather live wrong than right. Je t'aime. Je t'aime, mon chéri. God bless you.